Welcome to Nationals Park. Right now, conditions are pretty quiet. Nothing coming down. The Diamondbacks and the Nats scheduled to play Game 3. We are officially in a rain delay in the 4-game series. Grounds crew has had the field covered for over an hour. It rained pretty hard around here about, I don't know, 5:45, 6 o'clock. Stopped recently. Nothing much going on, but we are in a rain delay. Bet rack is ready, helmets are ready, we are ready, and we'll see when this thing gets going. Bob and FP, and the ever-present situation now between the Nats and the Dodgers. LA lost their game late last night. They have a rookie pitcher going tonight at San Diego. This thing is going to go right down to the wire, it appears.
Well, yesterday, a big day. You get that lead up to 2 games over the Dodgers. You want to have the first couple of games here in D.C. in Nats Park, have the crowd come out and wave their red towels. And when you look at the race for home field, the Nats 92-65, the Dodgers 90-67. And the remaining schedule favors the Nats a little bit. Those games against the Giants are big. The Padres always play the Dodgers tough in San Diego. So the Nats have to take care of business here tonight and just win one baseball game. Hopefully they get this thing going quick because there's no rain right now.
Yeah, we hope so, because you'd hate to lose a window of opportunity, as bad as the forecast sounds like it is tomorrow, for a day game scheduled to start at 1:05. Hard not to look back at what Max Scherzer did last night. We've talked about this so many times during the ball game last night, post-game, pre-game tonight. The guy goes out and wins his 19th game, and he's probably without his best pitch most of the time.
Yeah, didn't really have his fastball command last night all night, but being the veteran he is and being one of the elite pitchers in baseball that he is, he made the adjustment. The slider was good from the get-go, and he did a nice job of elevating the fastball with 2 strikes, but the adjustments he made throughout the course of the game, second time around, going to the curveball and changeup, third time around, just using the soft stuff. So Max Scherzer went from power pitcher last night to finesse pitcher in the middle of the game. So that's what the good ones do. They make adjustments throughout the course of the game, and Max Scherzer was on point last night with the adjustments that he made.
So that's the pitching side of it. Then there's the hitting side of it. The Nats, over the last 3 or 4 days, have had 2 huge swings that might put them into home field advantage in the playoffs. Jason Worth's homer at Pittsburgh the other day, and what Anthony Rendon did last night. The Nats were getting men on base, but they still weren't over the hump until he took that almost one-handed swing.
I think it was a one-handed swing. Just smoothed it out of here to left field. The 3-run shot that put the Nats ahead last night. And just watch how smooth he is through this swing. Just kind of massages the ball into the Diamondbacks bullpen. His 19th home run of the year. He's trying to join that 20 home run club, and it was good enough to get Max Scherzer his 19th win of the year, and that was one of my favorite scenes all year. The awkward chest bump / hug with the manager in the dugout. But Max was fired up, Dusty was, and so were we.
Hey, well done, fans, by the way, getting Anthony Rendon back out of the dugout, because we all know he doesn't like things like that. He doesn't want to call attention to himself. But you made him come out for that curtain call last night, and that was very cool. So other than that one inning, kind of a quiet night for the offense. And now tonight, hopefully this thing gets underway soon. Turn the ball over to Gio, because this is an important start for him to get something established before postseason, because all signs indicate that he will be one of the pitchers against the Dodgers.
Well, he's going out there with a heavy heart tonight because of the Jose Fernandez death. I mean, they were very close, and, you know, in my mind, this could go either way for Gio tonight. It's either going to be a really inspired effort or, you know, it's going to be a tough one for him, and we're hoping it's an inspired effort. But you look what he's done the last 3 months. Last 4 starts, not so good. But when you talk about the Dodgers against left-handers this year, they're hitting .215 as a ball club against left-handers. They have a .631 OPS versus a .771 OPS against right-handers. And here's the stat. I'm going to read it right off my scorecard. They have 149 homers off of right-handers this year and just 37 off left-handers. So Gio against the Dodgers could be huge. And maybe today is last start, tonight is last start. He locks it in for that one.
Well, and I remember a playoff start he made on the road several years ago in 12, back in St. Louis, where he did have command problems, but nobody could hit him. And he's the kind of guy who can go down in the playoffs and shut a team off.
Well, I think he's going to be inspired. I really do. I think he's going to be pitching for his lost friend tonight and in the playoffs. So you might see a totally different Gio Gonzalez than you've seen all season long.
Well, maybe something you have seen, or if you were out Saturday night having a celebration of your own, maybe you didn't get to see it. Now, we've got some time to fill here as we wait out this radar delay at Nationals Park. So when we come back, we'll take you back to Saturday night and the guys having a blast in Pittsburgh when they clinched their 3rd NL East title in 5 seasons. almost daily military presence in the ballpark in various forms, and Gio be presented the first ball right there and get ready for what will be, and we've already seen will be, a rather emotional evening for him. He'll draw that one line, then the cross line. He does that every start. Kind of measures his landing area by where those lines fall. Tries to keep himself perfectly aligned. But FP, we all know this guy. We know how close he was to Jose Fernandez. There is so much on Gio's mind right now.
So 20 minutes ago, you're right, Carp. I mean, this is a heavy heart with Gio tonight. This is before he warmed up. In case you missed it, we showed it to you. Gio probably talking to Jose out there, and he's still hurting. And he is pitching with a purpose tonight, obviously. And like I said, it's not important how he pitches for us. It's important how he pitches for him and his heart to move forward tonight after losing a close friend. I wish him nothing but the best. I hope he absolutely pitches a gem tonight.
Gio will be making his 32nd start. He's 11-10. Huge step forward from the team standpoint for him and the Nats as we all get ready for the playoffs. Knowing so far in advance who you're going to play, the big question is where and when. Gene Segura is 4 for 9 in the series with 3 home runs and 4 RBIs. He's 3 hits away from 200, 40 doubles, 95 runs. And even though they're in a little bit of a different order tonight, these are the starting 8 guys who Chip Hale has put out there for all 3 games of the series. And tonight they have Shelby Miller. So Gio, career 2-0, 5 starts against the D-backs with a 2.97 ERA.
I usually tell you about a pitcher's last start. Let's just call this Gio's first start this year and wipe the slate clean and see how he does. You feel like he's going to pitch with a purpose tonight. The fastball's been averaging 90 this year, curveball 77, changeup 84. Opponents hitting 257 against Gio Gonzalez. And he went first pitch curveball. Did you see that?
A little bit outside. Underway at 7:38.
Anti-ambush curveball.
21-year veteran CB Buckner has the plate. Crew chief Field and Culbreth. First base, Manny Gonzalez, Adam Hamari on the crew. And that ball's ripped up the middle. And now Segura has 198 base hits.
Here's your Nats defense behind Gio tonight. Worth, Revere, Goodwin, your outfield. Espinosa, Rendon, left side. Turner, Robinson, right side. Jose Lobaton behind the plate.
Number 2 hitter Gio will look into and face is Chris Owings. He's had 3 hits, couple of RBIs here. Wind kicking up, really blowing in rather briskly from right over the scoreboard in right center. Owings against Gonzalez, 1 for 5. Rendon even with the bag at third. On the edge, 1-1.
See, that pitch right there is why Jose Lobaton is so good. That's going to be huge in the playoffs, him taking balls and making them strikes. That was a borderline pitch that he framed up for a strike. I know I talk about it a lot, but it's so valuable. And it's an underrated commodity to have a catcher that can do this for you.
1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. A late break by Segura. And then Lobaton's throw wide, trying to get in behind him. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Good block, kept it in front. Segura thought about it. And then Jose Lobaton slings the throw to Clint Robinson at first. Keep the double play in order. Nice job.
Another ball ripped up the middle. 2 on, nobody out.
Well, pair of line drives up the middle, a pair of fastballs down the middle. You see that ball knuckling right back past Gio. Almost got it. Good effort by Gio. Pretty close.
Now Paul Goldschmidt. And this is where things get tough, because he's 7 for 9 career against Gio. And with 2 on, nobody out, how do you pitch around the guy? That's a good changeup, down and away for a strike.
Daniel Murphy did an interview with Buster Olney when the Nats were in Chicago or in New York a few trips ago, and he said that his favorite hitter was Paul Goldschmidt, that he kind of patterned himself after Goldschmidt. When you see Paul's lower half, it reminds you of Daniel Murphy's, kind of the bent knees, just kind of lifts his heel up and goes, doesn't do a whole lot.
Runners going, both of them, and without a throw, it's a double steal. Segura his 31st, Owings his 19th.
So as soon as Gio turns his head, Gene Segura does the scouting report. Jose Lobaton came up throwing to second base, but I don't think he had a good grip on the baseball, so he decided better of it and held on to the ball. Good decision.
0-2 to Goldschmidt. .33 homers and 110 RBIs last year. He's at 23 and 91 this year. Nats have pitched him well in the series. And then Lobaton smothering that breaking ball down and in. One hopper, a run will score. Espinosa, and that's a good pick by Clint Robinson over at first. Owings stays at second. Diamondbacks on the board.
Well, pretty good pick by Clint Robinson, but a good out for Gio. He got Paul Goldschmidt to pull the baseball. Danny Espinosa with a double pump. You usually don't see that. Maybe having trouble getting the grip. But ideally, Goldschmidt want to hit the ball the right side to advance the runner third with 1 out. He pulled it, so that's a good thing for Gio and the Nats.
Cleanup man, Wellington Castillo. That was Goldschmidt's first RBI of the series, and the Nats have held him to 1 hit. Castillo 2 for 9 with an RBI. Curveball, a beauty. And you can hear the wind whipping straight in through our headsets. That's a foul tip.
A couple of good curveballs to Castillo here. And maybe you could try to elevate here in an 0-2 count and make him chase up. That was successful for Max Scherzer last night with Wellington.
.02 with 1 out. Stands him up with a good heater.
This didn't miss by much, did it?
Could have gone either way, that call.
It's like that fastball right above the A in Arizona right there, that A logo they have on their chest. If it was the A in Arizona, Arizona would be spelled backwards because it's on his left side of his jersey.
Castillo, career high in RBIs this year, 67. And this one out to center. Ben Revere there tonight with Trey Turner at second. Tagging and heading for third is Owings. 2 down. Start the evening as usual with game notes. Winning record in every month of the season, the Nats this year. Gene Segura loves the National League East. And the Nats haven't lost a series against the Diamondbacks in 5 years now. That's amazing. 4-1 this year. Swept them out there, and this is the third game of the 4-game series, split so far. The next batter, left fielder Brandon Drury.
We're only with you 5 more times this year, counting tonight. It's so weird. This season flew by.
It's always a strange thing to get into that last week.
And it could be 4 more times looking at the weather tomorrow.
Two 2-0.
But that last series against the Marlins, we're going to get you all set for the Dodgers. We're getting fired up.
Ball 3.
The Dodgers are 21-21 against left-handed pitchers this year. They're hitting .215 as a ball club with just 37 home runs and a .631 OPS. So Dusty Baker hoping that Gio Gonzalez can be his X factor in that series. 5-2 in their last 7 though against lefties, so they picked it up a tad, but that's their kryptonite, left-handed pitchers.
Throwing 24-year-old Jose De Leon. Right-hander at San Diego against Luis Perdomo later.
3-0 to 3-2, trying to finish it off right here.
Got him. Good curveball. Long inning for Gio, but he keeps the damage to 1 run after the first 2 men singled and both stole bases. This second half of the season, and 4 for 8 in this series. Lead off for the Nats. Then Anthony Rendon, the big hit last night. 48 RBIs over his last 2 months. He, by the way, has 5 hits against tonight's Arizona starter. Clint Robinson is in there. Brian Goodwin still spelling Bryce Harper. Wet track tonight. And then Jose Lobaton. Had a knock last night. It got the Nats going. Shelby Miller is 2-2 career in 7 starts against the Nats, and a very puzzling 2-12 season.
8-29 his last 2 years, as a matter of fact. That includes 52 starts. The last start on the 28th against Baltimore, 6 shutout innings, just 3 hits, 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Tough no decision.
And he was a right-hander. The Diamondbacks wanted so badly they traded their #1 draft pick Dansby Swanson and Ender Inciarte, parts of that deal with Atlanta. 0-1 to Turner, and Trey locked up on that one. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, fastball, cutter, curveball, occasional changeup. You just saw the cutter right there at 91 miles an hour.
Starts his night with a strikeout.
Here's the D-backs D. Drury, Haniger, Tilmasi outfield. Owens, Lamb left side. Segura, Goldschmidt right side. And Wellington Castillo behind the plate. Looks like a family and friends night only here at the ballpark. A lot of people might have been scared away from that flash flood warning and the severe thunderstorm warning.
Ben Revere 0-4-2 in this series. Speed to burn at the top of the order tonight with Turner and Revere in front of Anthony Rendon.
I thought you were going to say Ben Revere's 0-for-2 tonight. I'm like, that's a rough start. He hasn't even hit yet.
Yeah, 0-for-2. Just a couple of 1 at-bat appearances in this series. 2-for-15 career against Shelby Miller. And a fly ball to left. Brandon Drury. Couple of quick outs for Shelby Miller, who faces last night's hero Anthony Rendon. Miller career 34-47, 116th start.
His 500th career hit last night was a game-winning tater. How about that?
One home run away from 20, which would give the Nats 6 men at that level.
'65 Milwaukee Braves did it, and the 2003 Atlanta Braves did it. 6 players with 20 home runs in the National League. Only 2 teams ever. It's all on you, Anthony. No pressure to be team number 3.
He's got all week. Inside the Numbers brought to you by Jeep. So there they are. And of course, Daniel and Bryce would have several more, but they've been sidelined.
That's impressive. In a ballpark where, when it's cool like tonight, it's tough to hit home runs.
One and two.
Although Turner Field is fair, I don't think of that as a launching pad, not like the old ballpark there.
Javi Lopez hit 43 that year. Marcus Giles 21. Rendon's going to answer with a base hit out to center.
Well, it took till the 6th last night. Tonight, check that box in the 1st. There goes the no-hitter.
And the other 4 for the Braves that year, future net, Vinny Castilla had 22. Chipper had 27. Andrew Jones 36. And Gary Sheffield 39 home runs. And for you Nats trivia buffs, our old buddy Robert Fick, he hit 11 for the Braves that year. That was a power-laden club. So Clint Robinson, last 27 starts, 281. First at bat of this series for Clint. Castillo looking out to his starter, Shelby Miller. And there's your new number 5 hitter for now, Jason Worth. Two-one, and Robinson bounces it past the mound, and right to the bag goes Gene Segura for unassisted. 1-0 D-backs after 1. Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. By Airlines for America, where airplanes land, opportunity takes off. And by Dominion, depend on us for more than energy. The Army Corps of Engineers represented here tonight. 122 tickets purchased, sitting up in section 226. We honor them. U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Over the decades, they've gotten water to parts of this country that never would have had anything to drink. Long time part of our government and well-being in the USA. There's Yasmani Tomas, top of the second. Long inning for Gio, 24 pitches, 14 strikes in the first.
Don't remember Gio using a red glove before, and you remember Jose Fernandez used that orange glove. I wonder if that's some sort of tribute. He's got Hialeah on there.
Good looking fastball. And a 2-1 pitch to a power hitter. Breaking ball stays outside. Inside the numbers, brought to you by Jeep. Tomas and Goldschmidt, the two D-backs that wear out lefties. That time he goes the other way.
I mean, it's been a small sample size, but the games with the Diamondbacks that we've seen this year, I feel like this is a ball club you don't have to throw strikes to. And when you do throw strikes and they get played, they're going to make you pay. But if you make them expand the strike zone, they're a bunch of swingers. They like to swing hard. You know, you can elevate with the fastball. You can bounce the off speed. But some teams, and I think the Diamondbacks may fall into this category, you don't have to throw strikes to.
Here's Jake Lamb. First 2 games of the series, he batted second. He's gone 3 for 7 with 2 walks, a home run, and with Gio starting tonight, number 7 spot. And Lamb facing Gio Gonzalez for the first time. Gio not part of that series back in August in Arizona. He had just pitched at San Francisco before the Nats got there. Yeah, and the count 1-2.
Lamb hit 171 against lefties this year. That's why he's hitting so low tonight. Just 18 for 105. There you go.
4 for his last 22. And a swing and a foul tip to stay alive. Nissan will track it.
Tried to hold on.
Jake Lamb, 1 extra base hit away from 70 on the year. That was close, a little bit low. 2-2. 3-2 now. Just underway at 7:38. As we waited out a delay. Third game of the 4-game series between Arizona and Washington. The Nats 4 out of 5 in the season series, and that didn't miss by much.
That's a good pitch.
Not much of a reaction by Jose Lobaton. Gio goes for a stroll.
I bet you this is the top of the zone. Because my producer told me, but I saw that live too. So you can't have all the credit down there.
Second straight inning, Arizona gets his first 2 men on. So the number 8 hitter is Mitch Haniger, hitting .226, 3 for his last 24. They've had some bats that have been a little quiet on this road trip of theirs. Gene Segura not quiet in this series with 5 hits. Owings has 4. And Haniger coming off a big season. He started at AA Mobile, promoted to AAA Reno. Collectively this year hit .321, 25 home runs, drove in 94. And a good hook.
Pretty good frame too. You talk about stopping the curveball's momentum. Watch Jose Lobaton just snatch this and put it right back in the strike zone to get the call. Soft hands. I'll tell you what, getting to the big leagues is motivation enough, but if your AAA team's in Reno, that's even more motivation to get to the big leagues, if you've ever been to Reno.
Well, tell us more.
I think I just told you all you need to know.
Okay. Up and in to Mitch Haniger.
Gio at 41 pitches right now. And talk it over. What do you think here? Get a ground ball. Pitcher on deck. Tough to focus, man. I mean, there's two ways to go with this thing tonight. I mean, you either use that as fire and you control it, it motivates you, or it can burn you down, man. And either way is fine. It doesn't make you a bad person if it does. I still marvel how the Marlins played the other night, and I don't know how Gio's doing it right now. I mean, it's storybook stuff to say, hey, my friend died, I go out and throw a no-hitter. It just doesn't happen. And ideally, that's what you would wish for Gio so that he can move past this thing. But, I mean, he's flying to one of his friends' funerals tomorrow. That's got to be on his mind. All that other stuff is Hollywood stuff. And the stuff that happened in Florida the other night was magical, and you felt like Jose Fernandez was in the building. But you got to wonder where his focus is right now. I mean, and you have to feel for him from a human standpoint. I mean, he's battling, he's fighting, he's on cruise control out there right now, autopilot, if you will. But you can just see he's grinding between pitches. He's looking up to the sky. I mean, he's sad. It's hard to pitch with a heavy heart. It's the big leagues. The schedule has no mercy, all the cliches, but you just got to feel for Gio out there tonight. I know I do.
Up the middle, Espinosa to the Turner, who will turn it. And the Nats have a 6-4-3 double play. They're 140th of the year. Couldn't come at a better time. Pitcher on deck.
Yeah, nicely done. Kind of surprised Danny Flippis to trade Turner. It might have surprised Trey a little bit too. His momentum was going to the bag, but a perfect flip. Trey with the turn. Haniger gets down the line quick. He's hustling. You see, show him the ball with your bare hand. Touch the bag. Nicely done. Exactly what Gio needed with the pitcher on deck.
Shelby Miller 4 for 30 this year and a 116 career hitter. In there. Turned it over nicely. And his second strikeout.
Nicely done.
Yeah, 2 on, nobody out. Double play and a K. Worth, Goodwin, Espinosa. Straight ahead.
We've talked about how Dusty Baker is considering a number of options when it comes to trying to replace the offensive output that Wilson Ramos provided. With Ramos now out, one thing that he's considered is moving Jason Worth down in the lineup, and that's what he did today. Dusty saying today that he talked to Jason about it last night after the game, told him he'd be hitting fifth today. Dusty saying the key when it comes to moving around in the order is you just have to change your mindset when it comes to what your responsibility is. Your mindset is dependent on where you're hitting in the order. Towards the top of the lineup, obviously, more of a focus on getting on base and scoring runs, which Jason has been very successful at. Middle of the lineup, more of a focus on driving in runs. Now, Jason's had success all over the lineup over the course of his career, very versatile in that regard, so Dusty feels that he can help in the 5 spot for now. Not necessarily something that Dusty will go with on a daily basis, but something he's considering now with Wilson Ramos out, dropping Jason down to this 5 spot to provide a little more punch in the middle of the order.
All right, Dan, thank you. Coons.com sideline report. Over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. Up in the zone, strike one.
I don't think his mindset's going to change any hitting fifth from second. He's been trying to hit home runs for 2 months now. Been trying to drive the baseball, swinging more aggressive than I've seen him his whole career. I think the situations in which he hits in is going to be different because there's going to be more runners on, obviously, hopefully, when you hit fifth versus second. So he's going to find himself in some big-time situations. But he's still going to hack, and he's still going to be in a 3-2 count every time he hits.
Well on the way there. 3 for 11 with an RBI. 3 walks career against Shelby Miller. Nothing but heat. Misses way outside. Jason Worth, even though he's 0 for 8 on base for the 3rd time in the series, right in front of Brian Goodwin. So mate like Worth and stroll the bases after the day game scheduled for tomorrow. That's Diamondbacks at 1:05 to get your senior stroll the bases tickets. Visit nationals.com/seniorsstroll.
I think that's totally lame that you read that promo after Jason Worth walked. He's not going to be happy with that.
Well, he strolled 90 feet. He has our permission to burn it the rest of the way.
So you want to know why Dusty Baker's thinking about batting Jason Worth fifth? In his career, he has 216 RBI hitting fifth. That's the most of any spot he's hit. 276 career average hitting fifth. 84 doubles, 72 homers, all career highs hitting fifth. You remember that's where he hit the majority of the time as a Philadelphia Philly.
Yeah, we remember him well in that spot. What a murderer's row that was.
1,380 at-bats, 381 hits, 84 doubles, 72 homers, 216 driven in, hitting fifth in his career. Sounds like a no-brainer to me.
Rollins, Polanco, Utley, Howard, Worth, Ibanez. Oh, what a lineup that was. Then Ruiz batting 7th, who used to kill the Nats too. Or 8th. Way upstairs. 2 balls, 1 strike. Shelby Miller fighting control right now here to start his 2nd inning of the night. Shane Victorino was part of that ball club. There were no let-ups in that lineup, and the number 5 guy was right in the middle of it. Right in there, it's 2-2. Brian Goodwin 1 for 5 with a walk, couple of RBIs in this series, playing in his 20th big league game. He's 11 for 37 so far. On the move is Worth, and Goodwin hits it well to center. That ball is caught by Mitch Haniger. And with Worth running, that might have tied the game if he doesn't make that play. One out on quite a drive by Goodwin.
Well, it had to stay in the ballpark to tie the game, but this ball is just rising, and Mitch Haniger with a nice route over the shoulder. What a play by the Diamondbacks center fielder to rob Brian Goodwin of extra bases. And based on the trajectory, that looked like it would have stayed in, maybe hit the bottom of the fence or short hop the fence, and Jason Worth would have scored. So Mitch Haniger taking a run away from the Nats. And Shelby Miller saying, let's go, and pointing to his center fielder.
That's some of the pop Goodwin showed in Syracuse this year, where he hit 11 home runs. So here's Danny Espinosa seeking his first career hit against Shelby Miller. 0 for 6 with a walk.
I'm telling you, the more I see of Brian Goodwin, the more I like.
Yeah.
I mean, he's impressing his manager. I know that. I've talked to Dusty about it. And he's impressing his teammates too, and maybe even impressing himself. He has been really good and taking advantage of some opportunity that he's earned.
And Espinosa, pardon me, 0 for 6 in the series with a walk. He is 4 for 11 career against the right-hander. And Worth on the move again, and a fly ball to left. This one's got some carry to it. Right in front of the track for Brandon Drury, and Jason Worth returns again.
That couple of good jumps. Shelby Miller is real slow to the plate. Just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one night, look forward to Miller time later in the ball game. That's brought to you by Miller Lite.
Jose Lobaton, 21 for 93 in 36 games. But in his last 14 starts, including last night, when he lined out hard to the outfield and then got the Nats their first hit, he's hitting .310.
And now Jason can't go, because if he does, you just pitch around Jose Lobaton to get to Gio. But Shelby Miller is long to the plate. Look at that. Swing.
One ball and 2 strikes. And Worth a medium lead. Lobaton takes one up and in, 2-2.
Pretty good chance you're getting a fastball. Whether it's straight or cuts is a different story.
And Jose hanging in there. Gives you good at bats when he gets a chance to get a couple during the evening. There's Mercedes-Benz, other than one pitch. Kind of right over the plate from one side to the other. He'll pull that one to the right side for Paul Goldschmidt. And Gio will lead off in the bottom of the third. The Nats have a hit and a walk. They've stranded 2. It's 1-0 Arizona.
And he's fighting, he's scrapping, he's clawing. A couple of runners on in the first, and then he gets Brandon Drury to strike out. And then a couple of runners on the second, and he gets the 6-4-3 double play from the 8th hitter, Mitch Haniger, and then Shelby Miller. Thanks for coming. So the pitch count high, but there's a lot of fight in Gio tonight, and we like what we're seeing.
To the top of the third we go. A couple of strikeouts for Gio tonight. 169 his season total. Every time the Nats do that to the opposing hitters, it's $37 to the Children's Inn at the National Institutes of Health. It's our Washington area Toyota dealers helping children and their families with Toyota Case for Kids. Top of the order for the D-backs, and Gene Segura, who's having quite a series, 5 for 10. Could be at 100 hits before they leave town. We'll see how Gio can handle him. I thought I noticed this the other night, and then I talked to Tom Candiotti, 200 hits. Talked to Tom Candiotti, their radio analyst, and he said Segura, working with their hitting coach, Dave Magadan, who's a really good left-handed hitter in his time, really has dropped his hands this year and is hitting more balls in the air, and 19 of them have left the ballpark. Now 20, including the one he hit last night.
Looks like his hands are right in the hitting zone. I mean, when you're hot, right, Craig?
Yeah. So there's 199. A 30-footer up the line.
When you're having one of those years, we used to talk about it with Daniel Murphy all the time. I mean, he was inventing ways to get hits. Gene Segura has barreled up a lot of balls in this series. I wonder if you let that roll another couple revolutions, if it's thinking about going foul. I mean, he's already safe there, right? It's easy to say up here. Game moving fast down there.
Here's Chris Owings. So Segura's 2 for 2 and 6 for 11 against Nationals pitching. .24 pitches first inning and the second. Right side Turner to Espinosa. Owings too quick.
Yeah, that just took a little too long to develop. Ball wasn't hit hard enough to turn the double play. And Owings, average to above average. He's not a flyer by any means, but 18 stolen bases on the year. He can run a little bit, and ball just not hit enough, hard enough to turn.
Yeah, never looked at anything but the bag. Paul Goldschmidt, RBI ground ball to short first time. 92 batted in for him.
You can look at the play in front of you when you're running to first base. It's the one when you turn your head all the way to third, or maybe the hole at shortstop is a runner that slows you down. But if the play's right in front of you at second base, you can watch it if you want. It's not going to slow you down.
Time given. And Gio went ahead and threw it, and he should. If it's that late. Count stays 2-0.
Owings only been caught 2 times this year, 18 stolen bases.
Yeah, Diamondbacks has a team, the third most steals in the league. The guy batting has 29. We talked about Goldschmidt's great running this year. And Gio goes 3-0 on him.
The timeout kind of rattled him a little bit.
Diamondbacks 129 steals, 2 tonight. The Nats are 5th with 115. And Trey Turner has about 25% of those since showing up. .14 ground ball double plays off Goldschmidt's bat this year. And that's 3-2 on a good heater.
Start the runner right here if you're Chip Hale. We'll see. Generally speaking, with my power hitters, you just let them hit 3-2, because you want them to think about driving the baseball, not just simply putting it into play to stay out of the double play. You know, if the runner goes, you have to swing at strike, near strike. You can't take a called third, so you can expand your zone. It's more of a defensive type of swing. And see that swing right there. If Owings is running, he ain't hacking like that. It's number 63 coming from Gio.
.3-2, and it's out of play again. Wellington Castillo, the Arizona catcher, on deck. Now he's running, and another foul.
10th pitch coming. These two locked in orange. Gio trying to finish off Paul Goldschmidt. Throw him a lot of fastballs. If he has a feel for the changeup, it might be a thought. Or the curveball. I'm wondering if Paul Goldschmidt is in swing mode where you could expand right here, not even throw a strike and get him to chase. Big gamble to take if you're Gio, though.
146 strikeouts for Goldschmidt. Lasers one to left, and Jason Worth to his right. He probably heard that one coming. 2 down, and Castillo next.
Hey, you won the battle. I mean, a big-time fight. You got him to swing the bat. No free passes. Jason Worth is helping you out. So big out for Gio here in the 3rd. Anytime you get Paul Goldschmidt out, it's a big out. And I think Jason might have lost that one in the lights right at the end.
Castillo, fly ball to center first time, and now with 2 outs and Goldschmidt not in there. Nats think Owings might be running a little more than before. Castillo in the series 2 for 10, 1 RBI. First pitch, he's going, breaking ball. Lobaton unloads it, and it's into center field. Picked up there by Revere. And that will be Jose Lobaton's first error of the year.
Well, Owens picked something up on Gio. Went first move. They really didn't have a chance. And Trey Turner fielded that ball behind the runner. Watch Turner where he fields this. He's got to be in front of the bag so there's no interference with the runner. He was behind the runner, so he had no chance to pick that. I don't think that error was totally Jose Lobaton's fault. It's just always a dangerous thing, too, when you field the ball behind the runner, because it could hit him in the helmet, come up and ricochet, hit you in the face. That's why you want to be in front of the bag for younger players and then just drop the tag on them, even straddling the bag if you can. But the worst place you can be is behind. And you remember when Danny Espinosa played second, he used to do that all the time.
Runner at 3rd, 2 outs. 2-0 count. And for Gio Gonzalez, 2nd walk tonight, numerous long counts, and Mike Maddox on his way. Well, one of the highlights of the celebration post game in Pittsburgh the other night, hearing Gio and hearing Max Scherzer talk about Mike Maddox.
He's a likable guy. He's a good coach, and he has different ways of getting through to different pitchers. He's one of the smarter baseball men you'll ever be around. He's done a great job this year. My favorite part was Max smoking the cigar in his middle of his interview with Dan.
Blown and going. Brandon Drury struck out swinging first time up to end the 1st inning. First pitch, breaking ball, hit well to right. Good win. Can't get it. Off the scoreboard. 1 run in. Castillo, the catcher, stopping at 3rd. And it's 2-0 Arizona. Brandon Drury, 51st RBI.
Looked like Brian might have went a little flat to this baseball straight across, and then he had to retreat. So the first step right there, first 2 or 3 steps, he thought that was a low line drive that he could go straight across toward right center. And then he had to give when he realized the ball was hit better than he thought initially. And that fraction of the inch, watch his first 2 steps, is straight across, then he gives. If he gave right away, meaning a drop step right away, he might have been able to catch that because he just missed it by an inch.
Nats will walk Yasmani Tomas. And go lefty-lefty with Jake Lamb.
It's the right move. 171 against lefties this year. It's the right move.
We've seen this ballpark play like that before. Wind's coming in from right, but on anything that's kind of inside the parameters of the scoreboard, it has a chance to go a ways, and that was well hit by Drury. Those are the flags over in left field blowing toward the corner, and then up on top of the scoreboard, directly in earlier, now angled a little bit over toward the left side. We've seen some strong opposite field hitting by both ball clubs in this series, even though the park's not playing small. So here's Jake Lamb, walked first time, erased on the 6-4-3 double play.
Bottom of the zone, good frame, got the call. I mean, this is below the bottom of the zone, maybe. Jose Lobaton just picked one out of the dirt and made it a strike. Look where it was.
It's pretty strong. Right side, Turner scrambling into Espinosa on the 4-6. Diamondbacks pick up another run. It's 2-0 after a long 2.5.
Trey Turner's impact on the Nationals offense has been obvious to anybody who's been watching since he got called up. But here's some statistical evidence to show you just how important Trey has been to this Nationals ball club and how good he's been from an offensive perspective. Since August 12th, Trey has started 42 games. In 23 of them, he's gotten 2 or more hits. In 12, he's gotten 1 hit, and he's gone hitless in just 7 of those ball games. And look at the Nats' average runs scored in those games, averaging 5.4 runs per game when Turner has multiple hits, 4.8 when he has 1 hit, and just 2.7 runs per game when he doesn't have a hit at all. So Trey's had a huge impact up here, and the Nats have been leaning on him, guys, in a major way.
Well, it all goes to show the importance of a great leadoff hitter. Nats without that for a couple of months. Strike one to Gio, over 2 million vehicles sold and counting. At Coons.com, Dan with our sideline report.
There's an old saying for leadoff hitters, you go, we go, and that was pretty evident by that graphic we just showed you. Trey Turner, he gets on, they win. It's pretty simple.
I mean, we knew we couldn't wait to see him in the big leagues. But I don't know that we thought he would have this big an impact. I mean, this is a really good lineup with a lot of veterans. And then a kid shows up who turned 23 on June 30th and just ignites everything for the second half of the season.
He went 3 for 3 at the double and a stolen base against the Reds and got sent down.
Sat the rest of the weekend.
Go back to AAA, buddy.
And that was
everybody around
Zimmerman on paternity leave.
Everybody around here was going nuts. Like, why'd they send him down? He was hitting 1,000.
I think we knew at that time he would spend a whole lot of time before September 1st in the big leagues. On a big breaking ball, Gio strikes out. So first time through the order, the Nats go 1 for 8 with a walk against Shelby Miller. It's the second K of the night. Inside the Numbers brought to you by PNC. Last 21 home games, 435. And add them all up, it's just a lot of excitement from that #1 spot. Up the middle. Scoots on through, and Trey Turner, how about the leadoff guys in this series? Turner 5 for 10, Segura 6 for 11.
Oh, nicely done. Right back up the middle. Little cutter from Shelby Miller over the mound. Miller falling off toward the first base side. Opened up that middle wide open, and watch him just stay through the baseball, head down, throw the bat, bat stays in the strike zone a long time. Shelby Miller long to the plate. Look for Trey Turner to be off to the races here early.
That was Trey Turner's 100th hit of the season in game number 69.
So in game 140, he would have 200.
Thereabouts.
And in game 160, you have 230.
I was going to say, he'd be playing with house money for the last month of the season nearly.
Could break Ichiro's record.
There's Ben Revere, hit the ball well, flight out to deep left first time up. Turner 29 for 34. 7th most steals in the National League. Tied with a guy who's holding him on right now.
Ichiro had 262 hits in 2004. 262.
It's crazy.
That's ridiculous. And amazing.
And they covered every square inch of the outfield from line to line, most probably.
There he goes.
There he goes. Strong throw, and Turner's out. Castillo put a bullet to the right side of the bag for Chris Owings to just put his glove down there.
Yeah, this is the most we've seen Trey Turner get thrown out by. I mean, that throw beat him by a lot. Did the tag get him? I mean, the throw is there, but did he tag him actually? Because you have to do that now. Ooh, maybe that little secondary thing is where they got him. They're looking in the Nats dugout. Ben Revere stepping out of the box. This might be the definitive view, right? Yeah, I don't think there's. And then, yeah, got him right there. So even if he made it the first time, they tagged him a second time.
Yeah. Play on. There's a 1-1 count now to Ben Revere, trying to get a board for Anthony Rendon now with 2 outs.
Some big time showers moving in the area right now.
Yeah, the ball game started 38 minutes late with no rain coming down. It has been a very slow first 3 innings of about an hour and 10 minutes. And now Revere gets called out on strikes. And that's it for the Nats in the bottom of the 3rd. 2-0 Arizona with raindrops falling. Cardinals baseball is brought to you by the RAV4 Hybrid. All-wheel drive and unexpected performance. Visit buyatoyota.com tonight.
Go blue. See the guy in the Michigan hat?
43 pitches for Shelby Miller in 3 innings.
There goes the
77 for Gio. And it'll be Haniger, Miller, and Segura. 8, 9, and 1. 4th inning. Haniger, double play, 6-4-3 first time up. Up and away. To the 80 pitch mark, 4th inning. Got him on a good hook. Gio Gonzalez, 3rd K of the night. Nissan will track it.
Yeah, big roundhouse curveball, nice pitch. Starts it off the plate away and breaks it down and in on Mitch Haniger's back knee. Good pitch, nicely done. The rotation on that curveball as it just spins in there.
Here's Shelby Miller. Gio struck him out first time. Right in there. 2-2. On another big curveball, another K. First two retired. Fourth inning.
Celebrate the fun, whimsical side of the political season, if there's such a thing, with election night in Nats Park.
This year?
I don't think there is. I think that's just copy that's really not true. Friday, September 30th, first 25,000 fans, you get a donkey or an elephant. A real one to take home and give to your kids. For details and tickets, visit nationals.com/election night and take home a new pet.
Yep. And we urge everyone to bring a fact checker with you to the ballpark on Friday. With everything to be spot on.
Don't go getting all political now. If they fact check us, or at least me, we're in deep trouble. Because I just make everything up. A lot, no.
1-1 to Segura.
A lot like the other night.
That was a major security breach when you revealed pitch tips from the truck the other night. Let's go inside the numbers, brought to you by Jeep. So Gene Segura, 8 homers in the month of September. And Trey Turner's in there as well. What is up with these leadoff guys? Curtis Granderson in there.
Like a middle infielder last night for the Blue Jays, left-handed hitter against the Orioles. And I'm drawing a blank on his name. The opposite field home run, left-handed to left center in Toronto. And it was his 6th of the year.
Left side chopper. Here comes Danny, bare hand, and Gene Segura has 200 hits. 3 of them tonight, and 7 of them in this series.
I think it was Carrera. And my point is, Carp, the biggest display of power and strength at home plate is hitting an opposite field home run. It's not easy to do. And we see him everywhere now with little guys. So before, you know, if you were Gary Sheffield or, you know, name any big power hitter for the 90s, and you went the other way, we'd sit in the dugout and go, man, that guy's strong. Now you're seeing little guys flip the ball the other way and hit it in the stands, which I have no idea, no explanation, other than it's a juice ball. I mean, that's the only thing you come up with, to see little skinny middle infielders going opposite field, which used to be reserved for the Mark McGuires of the world.
Well, Segura almost had 3 extra base hits to the opposite field here Monday night. Goodwin made a good play to take one away from him. Then he hits 2 home runs over the scoreboard. And we're like, whoa. This is well hit. Turner was playing up the middle. Segura stops at second. And Chris Owings, along with Gene Segura, combining for 5 out of 6 tonight.
I think I heard the bullpen phone ringing.
You did, as I did.
Distinctive ring. I think you could hear that, you know, if you were in South Carolina right now.
One-oh pitch. Matt Belisle is up. And it's kind of odd. I'm looking at the scorebook here. In 3 of the 4 innings, the Diamondbacks have had 2 guys on base very early in the inning. Gio has hardly at all pitched off the full windup tonight. Struck out the first 2 in this inning, the 8 and 9 guys, Haniger and Miller. But if you look at the progression of this game, he has been off the stretch since Segura singled in the first for the most part. Counts even 2-2. Two quick runners on the move here. 3-2 pitch coming.
Pitch number 100 coming.
It's a base hit to left. Segura scores easily. Over to third is Owings. Orr throws into second, and Arizona's on top, 3-0. Paul Goldschmidt, RBI number 93, second tonight.
Well, Jose Lobaton's going to go out and try to talk to Gio Gonzalez, but that fastball right down the middle, Paul Goldschmidt on it. 3-0 ball game. Gio competed. Did his best tonight, but if I know Gio like I think I know Gio, he just wants tonight to be over and tomorrow to be over. You got to tip your hat to a guy with a heavy heart out there and gave it his best tonight. And reality is about to set in here in a second.
Yeah, forget the pitching line. As Gio just goes out and gives it everything he had. Tough night for him. Time in 5 years, and you can become a Nats insider free today. Get postseason tickets before the general public does. Visit nationals.com/postseason to check it all out. 36-year-old Matt Belisle gets the call here in the fourth inning. It's his 40th appearance of the year. It's 6 more than all of last year with St. Louis after a number of years in Colorado. Started in Cincinnati. And the Arizona batter is Wellington Castillo, who's 0 for 3 career against Matt.
A fastball, slider, curveball change. Fastball 91 with some two-seam sink to it.
Dave McKay over there timing up Matt Belisle. With Goldschmidt, a good runner, 1 steal short of 30. The other runner, Owings, at third.
Owings thought about it when he saw that ball trickle loose, took a couple steps down the third base line and stopped.
Slider, line drive, Espinosa. Inning over. D-backs pick up another run. Our freight railworks due up. Anthony Rendon ahead in the bottom of the 4th inning. Base hit already tonight. Huge hit last night when he drove in 3. 84 RBIs.
On the Abe costume, because check this out, full on sprint for Abe, like he drank 4 pots of coffee. And I timed it on my stopwatch, unofficially 20.54 seconds for Abe Lincoln to just boat race all the other presidents. I mean, that was impressive, and maybe that was Trey Turner, I don't know. And maybe he should get tested.
Is he double parked?
I don't know. 15 minutes could save you 50% or more on car insurance. The Geico President's Race, Abe. But there he is. That's how fast he is. Out of the costume in the dugout.
Rendon, Robinson, Worth, bottom of the 4th. Shelby Miller averaging under 15 pitches per inning, so now we'll see how he reacts with that 3-run lead. Rendon got him for a base hit left center first time. 1 of 2 Washington hits. Turner the other last inning.
I'm being told that's a new race record at 22.04. I had 20.54. I was a little late on the stopwatch, so that is officially a new President's Race record for anybody that cares.
Wow.
Serious, I think Abe needs to be tested after that. That's just, I have to question it. I haven't seen him run that fast all year. Did they test him? They should.
I don't know. They should test the other 4 after what they did. See if they were awake. That was some kind of pace, though. Honest Abe, over the years, has been the best closer in terms of down the stretch they come, but that was crazy tonight. 1-2 to Anthony Rendon. He's battling Shelby Miller here.
So the 65 Milwaukee Braves, Joe Torre had 27, Felipe Alou had 23, Eddie Matthews had 32, some guy named Hank Aaron had 32, hit 318, had 40 doubles. Gene Oliver had 21, and Mac Jones had 31.
Mac the Knife. That was a slugging ball club. Rendon slugging too. He's 2 for 2.
Did a nice job of getting his hands inside the baseball and an inside pitch from Shelby Miller and fighting it back up the middle for his second hit. So watch this swing. Foot down early. Keep your hands close to your body. Fight to get that barrel to the baseball. Instead of coming around it and hit it to third, he fought it back up the middle for his second hit.
Clint Robinson ground ball to second first time. Pretty good changeup by Shelby Miller to the outside edge. 0-2. And he got Clint Robinson unable to reach that pitch away for his 4th strikeout. Walk first time up for Jason.
We saw Shelby Miller do this when he was with the Cardinals. Just go out and throw fastball after fastball, and you talk to hitters and they all say it has a little giddy up at the end. So even though it's 95, 96, it plays even more firm than that at times. You know, 4-seam variety will cut it, but you know you're getting a heater with this guy. And we used to say that about Ross Detweiler all the time. Like, how can guys know a fastball's coming and not just get on it? Well, there's different arm angles. It has spin rate at the end that makes it play a little more firm. But personally, I always used to like to know what was coming. That took all the mystery out of the at-bat. Then you just pick a side of the plate and go with it and stick to it.
Miller pitched well last time out at Baltimore. He got a no decision and a 3-2 loss. No runs on 3 hits in 6 innings. He had been knocked around in 3 consecutive starts before that.
It's sent to AAA for over a month this year.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch.
You see
and
that,
this one will get out of play.
A perfect example, Carp. 2-1 fastball. Jason, we're sitting dead red, and he's just a little late. He knew it was coming. He was gearing up for it, but there's something about, you know, certain guys' fastballs that jump on you. And I think Shelby Miller falls into that category, especially lately.
Left side. D-backs will have to be quick for 2. And Segura turns it from Chris Owings. 6-4-3. Nats are done in the 4th. And Arizona stays on top. 3-0. Your coverage of baseball brought to you by T-Mobile. Division Series Dodgers, Kershaw, Hill, and Maeda, lefty, righty. Corey Kluber. The Indians hoping to get him back just in time for playoff action. American League starts a week from Thursday. And the Mets in a game down there. Tim Tebow against a lefty, homers on the first pitch he sees. Steven Matt's out for the season. And now Paul Lasarda's out to see Matt Belisle.
I saw Tebow's home run. It was a left-handed pitcher for the Cardinals in instructional league, and he hit it to left center field. So he's ready. Call him up. Mets are in it. And how about the left for the Dodgers? Pedro Severino might be getting 2 starts out of the gate.
Yeah, and Rich Hill has been nasty lately too.
Hey, they're all nasty when you get to the playoffs, or else they wouldn't be in the playoffs.
One pitch, Jury, fly ball right field. Goodwin. Yasmani Tomas is next. And then Jake Lamb. Tomas 0 for 1 career against Matt Belisle, who's gotten 2 outs on 3 pitches.
Just a guess. I don't know anything, but knowing Dusty how well I know him, I think he'll go with Lobaton in game 1 and Max Scherzer, just because that's just a lot for a kid.
Oh yeah.
To have that first game, Clayton Kershaw, shadows, presumably. And you want to go with a veteran with playoff experience, regardless if he's better left-handed or right-handed offensively. You want the defense from Jose Lobaton against Kershaw.
Shortstop Espinosa, backhand, fires to Robinson, 2 down. That ball stung by Tomas.
A nice backhand play. Set yourself, get the ball, and then just let it rip. Watch the throw right on the money. Boom.
Jake Lamb, a walk and a ground ball. Matt Belisle pumping strikes here. Fair ball. Robinson in the raindrops. 3-run lead. D-backs on the attack early in the top of the 5th inning. It's all Arizona right now. 3-8-0 D-backs, 0-3-1 Nationals. Goodwin, Espinosa, Lobaton. 3 left-handed bats against Shelby Miller. Bottom 5. 56 pitches, 38 strikes for him. Line drive, base hit over the glove of Segura. And Brian Goodwin continues to hit the ball extremely well.
The kid can play. And robbed of extra bases his first time up by Mitch Haniger in center field. And this time drops a line drive into right. Look at the swing. Pretty swing by Brian Goodwin.
Nice.
Bat in the zone a long time. Very smooth approach. I like it.
Danny Espinosa next. Fly ball to left first time.
Shelby Miller actually hurt his hand this year on a follow-through on a pitch by hitting it on the dirt on the mound after he released the ball. His hand nowhere near the mound right now, but he was reaching out and following through on a pitch and scraped his hand along the mound. Never heard of that before.
Well, highly regarded. When St. Louis brought him up, they traded him for Jason Hayward because they needed him. And then, of course, part of that big other deal we talked about with the Swanson kid and Inciarte. And Arizona knows he has to be a whole lot better next year than what happened to him this time around. Looking for a strong finish from him. So he misses with the 0-2. He's been pretty sharp.
And that looks like a bad trade right now, but I don't think you can ever say a trade is good or bad until about 3 or 4 years after it.
Agreed.
What if this guy locks in and wins 2 Cy Youngs the next couple of years? I mean,
yeah.
Obviously that's an exaggeration, but it could happen, and then it's a good trade for the Diamondbacks. Right now, it looks like a horrible trade.
Well, and they need pitching.
They'd probably be the first ones to admit it, but you know, you have to let trades breathe before you judge them.
Mm-hmm.
Badland.
Goodwin inching a little further off. Nats down by 3. Espinosa turning this one into a solid at bat. It's 2-2 now.
Still battling.
Wilmer Defoe, pitcher spot. 2 away. Lobaton next. And here's Mercedes-Benz with the entire AB. 1 out. Danny Espinosa 0 for 8 against the D-backs in this series. So here's Jose Lobaton. That was strikeout number 5 for Miller.
Saturday, October 1st, you get that thing on the right. It's the Nats LED shoe safety light. It's Runner's Day at the ballpark. Nats are sprinting to the postseason. Get it? Visit Nationals.com/run. Forest. Get your ankle bracelet. That's the Nats house arrest bracelet you put around your ankle so we know when you leave Nats Park.
Lobaton, a strike. That's up and away, 1-1. By the way, while we're talking about running briefly, an event that's near and dear to Mark Lerner's heart and a bunch of us here with the Nats is the Columbia Lighthouse for the Blind run on Sunday, October 9th. It's going to be at the National Mall this year. Just check them out at clb.org. And a couple of guys who can get it done with the bats. In this inning, Brian Goodwin and Jose Lobaton have gotten the Nats a first and second with 1 out in a 3-0 game.
Looks like Dusty's going for the big fly too. Stephen Drew steps into the on-deck circle and will hit right here. Jose Lobaton with the base hit up the middle. He almost got unlucky right there. The mound almost kicked it back to Gene Segura at second base. So Nats in business here at the bottom of the 5th. Get excited with us.
Stephen Drew against Shelby Miller for the first time in their careers. Meanwhile, a great job by Matt Belisle. Comes out and gets 4 outs on 7 pitches to get the 4th done and get quickly through the top of the 5th.
They're seeing what I'm seeing. It's about to get ugly. I mean, ugly. So 3-run homer here, tie it up, and we'll just continue whenever.
Drew in this series, 1 hit, an RBI, a base on balls. One.
Well, Shelby Miller's had success with the cutter and the fastball tonight on the inner half, but Stephen Drew has a lot of pop. If I'm Miller, I'm making Stephen Drew beat me to left center field right now. There's no way I'm giving him anything to pull. Maybe that first pitch was a mistake, but if Stephen Drew was swinging, that would have been one he could have pulled, and he's waiting for another one here. He has opposite field pop, but I don't know about on a night like tonight if it'll go that way.
1-1 pitch. Drew in the air, left side, out of play.
Oh, it was supposed to be down the way. It was up and in. Got away with it because it was 96.
And Drew, right side. Goldschmidt, he'll take the sure play to the bag. Goodwin to third. Lobaton to second with 2 outs. Well, Trey Turner clean singled up the middle last time up. Another great home series for him. 5 out of 10.
I think if you're the Diamondbacks, you have to be careful with Trey Turner. And I mean, that might be a Captain Obvious statement, but you have a 340-something hitter in the box that's just torn the league apart. And Ben Revere hitting 219, probably lower than that, 0 for 2 right now. Even though it's right on right now and a left-hander on deck, if you're the Diamondbacks, you have to be thinking about Ben Revere. Not that he can't get the job done, but just from a numbers standpoint alone, I think it's pretty obvious. Doesn't mean Ben Revere is going to make it out. He might burn you, but if you're playing the percentages, I think that's a smart play.
3-0 ball game. Turner, 37 RBIs. Had a good breaking ball by Miller to get ahead. Rain getting harder. Fastball, well hit, right center. This ball is caught at the base of the scoreboard by Mitch Haniger.
Well, he thought he got it. I thought he got it. I thought it was a tie game. It's raining. Ball ain't going anywhere. Base, and I think we are too. Maybe the conditions right now, I mean, it's raining pretty hard, the temperatures drop, but I thought this is tie game. We've seen Trey Turner hit this ball in the seats before, and it kind of disappears when it gets to the scoreboard for us up here at least. I thought that was at least off the top of the scoreboard and maybe a tie ball game. And he hit that right on the screws, and he is in shock that it was an out. But I think it went through a lot of water to get to where it got.
Yeah, it's really coming down hard now. Rafael Martin, second appearance of this series. Monday night, he pitched a scoreless inning and struck out Drury, Tomas, and Owings, all swinging. Field and Culbreth, it's his call. He's the crew chief over there at third. It is an official ball game through 5 with the home team behind.
This is ridiculous. They have to put the tarp on. I mean, this is unplayable.
I mean, those are big drops, and they're coming down fast.
You don't want anybody getting hurt is the main focus here. It's the umpire's call all the way right now, but I don't think the heavy stuff's coming down for quite a while yet.
I mean, you can hear the big raindrops popping in our microphones around the home plate area. That's the view from the visitors on deck circle. And a strike call. It's 2-1.
What if baseball was just played in downpours? And they just never put a tarp on. It was like football. You had to play no matter what the weather is. Snow, rain, sleet. Part of the new pace of play thing is you're going to play through anything. I don't care.
Well, we're playing with football rosters right now.
Yeah.
Mitch Haniger. And a high fly ball to center.
Good luck with this.
Ben Revere never saw the ball, so it's a good thing it was to the infield. And they're going to put the tarp on right now. We're going to have a rain delay at 9:33. Because when you see an outfielder and he can't see the ball in the air and it's way beyond twilight time, it's time to shut it down.
If you've ever caught a pop-up when it's raining like this, it's not easy because the drops hit you right in the eye. And Trey Turner was having trouble with that as the raindrops were pelty. I mean, you're looking right up into it. It's not fun. And I'm surprised he caught this, quite frankly. It's not easy. For the simple reason, your hat's not blocking the raindrops, and they're just pelting you right in the eye. Watch him kind of shake off the water right there at the end. I mean, it's not impossible. It's just not fun. Now let's show you that 14 more times before we go to break.
I'm frankly very surprised that they even let this go for one batter in the top of the 6th. It had just become an official ball game. Fortunately, everybody's okay, but that was a little rough there on Trey Turner. We're going to send you to ESPN News. We will update you in 26 minutes at 10 o'clock as to the progress. And we'll check the forecast to see if there's even a chance of restarting this one. Arizona 3-0 after 5.